We don't have to.
No.
But I'm just throwing it out there. Well, welcome everybody to another episode of Specrapular. The finale of the season.
It's the finale of the season. Specrapular.
Yeah. So this is our finale episode of
good.
season 6 of Specrapular. Mike,
Wow.
you know, each season, slowly but surely, we gain 2 more followers.
Ooh,
So-
hey. Talking to you, Nancy.
Yeah.
Talking to you, Gary.
Exactly.
Welcome.
No, it's probably 2 women, to be honest. There's somehow
Okay.
women listen to us more. Than
Gary
anything.
with an I.
Oh, okay, there
It's
we go.
Jerry,
Yeah. It's Francis, but it depends how you spell it. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing all right, yeah.
Okay.
A little sleepy. I got super sleepy.
Yeah.
Literally 5 seconds before we started recording, I was like, oh, boy.
Well, like I knew the moment that you, when we were setting the stuff up, that you just laid on the ground. I was like, oh, Mike's tired, and that's
Well,
fine.
we had a good lunch.
Yeah,
And
you
I had soup.
You had a lot of. You had soup. You had noodles, and you had a sandwich.
Yeah.
And well, that sandwich was what, cheesy, very cheesy. Which one was it? It was a chicken.
Chicken parm.
Chicken parm. Okay. I had a banh mi, and it was really fucking good. But well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
You know, and I think what I'm excited most about in talking about this movie that you're gonna talk about in a moment, is that we're 2 middle-aged men. They're gonna talk about this story about a woman. You know what? Let's just have you talk about who. So, what's this movie we're gonna watch, Mike, or discuss?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I've ever been referred to as a middle-aged man,
We're nearly 40.
but you just did it, and it's
And then
apt.
it sets in. Yeah, it sets in.
So you just broke my heart a little bit.
Think about it like this.
I'm youthful.
Yeah, you are. That's what I'm saying.
Like, remember I was just talking about being sleepy in the middle of the day? Like, you know, like all the youths
That's
are.
typically the time my grandma goes to bed, is I'm right around
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
I was like, what am I going to have for supper?
Yeah.
And then I was like, when did I start calling it supper?
It's just like when you're in like elementary school and you're gonna take, it's called recess, right?
Yeah.
But then when you go to middle school, high school, it's like break.
Break, yeah.
Or if anything, like you don't even have it, you just get lunch.
Did they call it like intermission for a while too? Or has that
Something
always
like
just
that.
been movies?
But I would say recess in like middle school and high school. Like, oh, do you mean break? I'm like, no, I mean recess. That's what it fucking is. I'm
No,
gonna
you
go
see
play
the fucking
dodgeball.
jungle gym over there? I'm going to climb up on it.
I'm gonna be king of the
flying.
fucking jungle right now,
Yeah.
and nobody's gonna take me down.
Nah.
I am the captain. But way too early for that reference. But supper, yeah. I mean, you might as well start eating like porridge, because
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's also interesting and interesting. Because I read a book about sleep, and, you know, adults need 7 to 8 hours, but youths recommended getting like 10, 12 hours.
Well,
Maybe
their
not
brains
12
are developing, right?
Yeah, because they're developing.
Yeah.
But then you don't think of them as being like sleepy midday. You think of them, although little kids take little nappy naps.
Yeah.
So, who's the joke on?
Well, I recall being young, barely, and not wanting to do naps. And then, of course, as I got older, wanting to do naps.
Oh, yeah.
And the difference in those two is it's like almost opposite. So when I was young, I was like, no! Like, I want to go outside and play and hang out with my friends. But as an adult, I don't want to hang out with anybody. Like, I just want to be by myself for the most part. And I like my lonesomeness. I like
solitude.
Yeah, not
Me time.
I don't want to say like that. I just mean in the sense that like I'm a homebody,
Yeah.
So I don't typically like to go out, and I will go out, but like
You go out, show out. But yeah.
cock out, ready to rock
Yeah.
out. Yeah. Did I say that right? Rock out. Wait, rock with your cock out. What is it?
You're ready to rock out with your cock out.
There it goes. Thank you. So from
Yeah.
firsthand experience. Okay. Yeah. Like when you had, begrudgingly invited me to go to that concert, because I know I don't like live music, so I get it why you wouldn't ask me. But I'm hurt.
How are we best friends again?
I know. I get it.
Seems,
It's.
I literally bought 2 tickets
With
on
anticipation.
Friday. No, different. Oh, that too. No, for this I actually did have to sell some tickets because
Okay.
a couple of people bailed.
I thought you.
I had never bought any for you because I knew you would not.
Yeah, I thought it'd be great if you always buy 2 just in case, and then each time you have to sell the tickets. I'm like, I don't want to go.
Oh, no. I've been your friend long enough to know that's
Okay, that's
that's
good.
a waste of time
Well,
and money.
if I would have known a little bit sooner about System,
This
and-
was fucking 4 months ago.
Let me finish. If I would have known about 8 months prior, so I can mentally prepare to be around people. Because
Yeah.
watching the videos that you showed me, I was like, nope. I told you I would have been. I don't need to be that close.
Right.
I understand it's an experience to be that close to the band that you greatly enjoy. You can see, but like you got those big old fucking 50-foot screens.
Yeah.
That I can watch from about a football field away.
Yeah.
And not really care too much.
No.
So I know that we talked about this earlier too. When you made me go with you to go see Muse, best friend role. I was gonna say boyfriend role. The best friend role of 2005.
That wasn't that long ago. It was like 2000.
No. But when did we meet? I was 19. 5. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. So thank you for doing the math. And and that was maybe 2010.
That concert?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that.
It was at Staples.
I can check my phone again. I'm gonna put that around 2013.
I think I might have my old photos of that pyramid and stuff still too. But so you made me go.
Did you go twice?
No, just the one. I wouldn't go twice.
Are you
if
sure?
If I knew it was happening the second time, I'd be I'm not feeling good. Yeah,
okay, I could have swore you went the second time. So you didn't see the one with the big floating robot guy with
just
Terminator guy.
Yeah,
okay,
pyramid, yeah.
Just the pyramid. Okay.
It was you, me, and those 2 girls. The ones that we didn't see the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
So, but that was the closest I ever been to a stage, I think, besides the time I saw the Yeah.
That wasn't even that close.
That was like 10 people back.
That was not 10 people back.
Really? How far was it?
I wish it was 10 people back.
Okay. Was it 15?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably like 30.
No fucking way.
I'll show you the photos.
Okay. I have the photos too.
Okay.
I got to go through and make sure you don't see the nudes first.
That's what I always am like, should I hit something first before I show anybody these?
Yeah. But yeah is when I saw them.
Here, take a look at this. Don't slide to the right.
I know. You can go left. That's okay. But not to the right. When I saw Yeahs at Lake Forest, I think I was pretty fucking close too. Yeah. And I kind of tweaked my ankle and that really sucked. Yeah. I used to wear those Reeboks. Those ones that had like the thicker sole. Or I used to get those at Shoe City. Like they were brown ones I used to wear a lot too.
I don't recall that at all.
Okay, it's okay. Anyway, so Mike.
Your footwear is pretty low on my list of things that I care about.
Yeah, but I have a pretty wide
the disparity between the amount I care about your shoes and the amount I have to hear about your shoes.
Yeah.
It's pretty
But so earlier though, really quick. I had told you I was looking for these socks, right?
Yeah.
And for 10 pairs, it was $40.
Yeah.
Like you buy them from Amazon, anywhere, like $40. And I was
ridiculous.
Like, well, fuck that noise, right? But I just bought this type of socks from Nordstrom Rack, and they were the low cut, not the below ankle. I don't like that.
No, you got crew.
I know, but let me finish. The socks that I currently had was the ones that were just above ankle. And that was like $10. So I wanted to go to Nordstrom Rack. And Mike was like, I don't want to do that. But I made him go. And then he didn't understand the context of what I was doing. Though. You didn't know I was going for the socks. And so what'd you say to me, Mike?
I thought you came to your driving and then suddenly had the epiphany like, you know what? I want to peruse a little shopping. Check out, the latest styles and trends.
You mean 2 years ago styles from Nordstrom Rack?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're out of season.
I was like, why am I your friend? It was upsetting. Mm-hmm. I lost a little respect for you.
Right.
And then we get to the store and then you check out the glasses for a second. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to be here all day. And then you beeline straight after that to the socks section. I was like, oh, he's going for socks.
And where were they?
And then in the sock section.
And they were there.
And then the ones you were looking for were there.
Yep.
And you paid a 75% discount.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking
because
bravo.
It was 6 pairs for $10. So I bought 2.
Yeah.
And so now I not only...
Oh, it was only 6... Oh, I see. I thought it was 10 pairs.
No. But either way, it's still for $10 for 40. Yeah. Well, I'm getting 6. So again, I have 2 more extra for paying half, basically. But
yeah, that's not a... Yeah, that would be like a 50%. Okay, gotcha.
Essentially.
Still very, very big.
A bigger discount on the board, yeah. And so don't ever doubt me ever again. No. Anyway, so Mike, we haven't talked about this
still there for another like 29 minutes, but it's fine.
I was looking at shoes and stuff. So what movie are we watching? Who's in it? Who directed?
All that shit?
Yeah. All that jazz, Mike.
Ooh, 3 pages of notes. Okay.
Look at you.
Okay.
Big dick over here.
Yeah.
I have about 22 lines of notes.
Oh my God.
Well, it's easier for me to write this. Like, I can't wait till we start filming next season so I can show these kind of things, like the notes that I have.
Nobody cares.
Okay.
From 1990, Pretty Woman.
Mm-hmm. Does she walk down streets?
Edward,
I can't not hear that song because I'm gonna think of Dumb and Dumber always first. Like Dumb and Dumber did it when he was getting ready for the ball.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Oddly enough, whenever I question Brandon on these things,
the stupid stuff,
he tends to be right.
It's the stupid stuff that I'm right about. If you need to know alien lore, I know that pretty well too.
It only took me like 9 years to realize I should just go with him. But I still... When I see your face, I'm like, he's got to be wrong.
So, how about anything? What he wears.
So I always have to double check. And it's always like a show or something like that. And you're always... Not always, but you're like 89%.
There's a good percentage that I'm right.
But I'm still going to check.
Okay,
because I don't believe you.
Okay, so as you're telling me the notes, I'm going to find the clip.
No! Let's wait till the end.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So synopsis here. Edward, a rich entrepreneur, hires Vivian, a prostitute. See what I did there?
I see it.
To accompany him to a few social events. Trouble ensues. That's what it
Somebody
says.
you're gonna say social.
Yeah, it would have been in threes.
Yeah, you fool.
Trouble ensues when he falls in love with her and they try to bridge the gap between. I thought it was going to be a lot more. It just says their worlds. Okay.
Oh. Between sex work and white collar.
Digging down and digging up now.
Yeah, Ned Sneedenfeed.
Directed by Gary Marshall of Beaches and Princess Diaries and all that stuff.
And did he? Oh, well, it was his sister that did.
Penny does all that.
Yeah, she did the.
I mean, I like her movies way more. But that's
think so. You know, it's something that
A League of Their Own. Fucking
Okay.
big.
Or
She did a try. What's her
didn't she do
her trio of amazingness?
Or did Gary do the Witches, or is it her that did the Witches?
I think she did. I gotta check it out.
Okay.
We don't need to do it.
Yeah. So who's this starring?
Starring Richard Gere as Edward.
Is he in third?
You fucking dumb.
Oh, come on, speak.
Julia Roberts as Vivian.
America's
For some
Sweetheart.
reason her. Okay, end of mine. Jason Alexander as Philip. Lauren De Giacomo as Kit. Sorry, Laura San Giacomo.
She was what was her name in the thing? De La Cruz or something like that? Kit De La Cruz?
Oh, Kit.
Was that in The Simpsons?
Jimaheimer Schmidt.
What did he say?
Jimmy Jojo Jr. Shabby.
Jimmy Jojo, no.
Kit DeLuca.
DeLuca.
Kit DeLuca.
Yeah.
So stupid. Which is fun. Doesn't what's her face say she's from like Georgia? Maybe she met her just in
She
LA.
met her in Jersey
Whatever.
somehow.
And Hector Elizondo.
Come on, Mike.
Elizondo as Barney. That's pretty much all you need. to know.
Just very true. So, we're two guys.
Yeah, what's your
talking
problem?
about this movie about this lady that is on her way up in social society, slowly but
Now,
sure.
see, you're just being a smartass about
Yeah,
it. This
very
is
much.
why people don't want to hear your fucking opinion.
Is
on
it
certain
why?
things. Yeah.
Is this why?
You're already looking down on her.
Oh,
And
no.
the fucking
I
9
don't mean it
seconds-
like that. No. I mean, in the context of it is that we're two men that are going to be commenting about like a sex worker.
Okay.
Like is what it is. Because this movie, from my understanding, was originally supposed to be a little darker because it was supposed to put a spotlight on sex workers and what stuff they had to go through in the 80s, being fucking, pimped, beaten, killed and stuff. That's why even at the very beginning there was a little bit of that murder of the what they call streetwalkers. So it's like they were supposed to be a darker.
Oh, and then they became
turnabout.
the White Walkers.
Exactly.
That's where
And then
Game of
there's
Thrones comes from.
what they called the White Walkers or the Frozen? I didn't watch it, so I don't know. And were they called the White Walkers?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
And then that just became Walkers for Dawn.
Or Day of the but Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, yeah.
I can't stand that show. It should have ended 4 or 5 seasons ago.
Coral!
Yeah. Coral! What did she say, Coral? Your mom's dead, Coral.
Fucking game over, me. I don't know.
Yeah, why is
just
he?
watching.
Because he's fucking a hillbilly, like fucking, like Bill Paxton. Fucking game over, Coral.
Well, so is this one of those things where it was the script, and Gary took it and turned it into just a completely different movie?
So that didn't specify in the trivia that I
Okay.
was reading, but it said that it was initially supposed to have darker tones.
Kind of like Dr. Strangelove was supposed to be like a serious.
Really? I never
you
saw
know,
that movie, but
okay.
I know it was
like
comedy.
a serious story about nuclear war and stuff like that. And then Stanley Kubrick made it. He's like, this is like a black comedy, so he made it a black comedy.
Yeah, this is a bummer. Oh,
Yeah.
let me make this some fun. I've never seen Doctor Strangelove.
Okay.
And what's the rest of the title?
Or how I learned to stop worrying and love the bomb,
Okay, sweet.
or something like that.
Yeah, as if you don't know. So yeah, that's what I had read. There's a lot of stuff about this. Like Richard Gere was gonna not be in it until Julia Roberts like wrote him a little note, like please, and so he did it. Which this role to me, like again, young Brandon. This is what year is this?
1990.
Okay, so I was
4-year-old
I was
Brandon.
4 or 5 years old. But this is like the first movie that I know of him.
Is there a skateboarding in it?
Yeah, I wasn't that. I mean, actually, I started getting into skateboarding at like 8 or 9.
Okay.
So, and then until I was about 25 is when I lasted in skateboarding. But
You are slightly younger than me.
a year. Slightly would be
Slightly
like
is
3.
not?
That's fair. Anything younger than you is slightly, yes. But I'm just saying.
If you're a fucking day younger, it would be an accurate statement.
But you make
I
it
understand
sound
what
like
you're saying.
yeah, you make it sound like it's years. Like you're slightly younger.
How old were you when the first Tony Hawk video game came out?
Well, that was like 2000 or something like that. So maybe a little before that. So I was
14?
15. Yeah.
That didn't seem young enough. Okay, cool.
I mean,
So it wasn't the video games that got you into it.
No. Like skateboarding, I think what really got me into skateboarding was I was already pretty cool and rebellious as is. I was like, why not amp it up to the 2?
I was pretty fly for a white guy at the time. So
Yeah.
I'm like, how could I step up my
When
game?
Offspring came out, pretty fly for
Yeah.
pretty fly for a white guy, I was like, is this not the epitome of me? And because I don't know how to say it, right?
Epitome.
I know that's the joke, you fuck. That's I remember I told you before I didn't know how to say that word. So it's early brain because I had never heard anybody say that word, right? And then I think it was a joke in last week
I
tonight.
love Epitome Records. Fucking Pennywise and shit, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking
dude.
better.
It was last week tonight where John Oliver was like, it's like that word that you've never heard anybody ever said, and then you just have the courage one day to say it and you're wrong. And you just take it. And that's what I did with epitome. And it was with you. And I said epitome, and you're like, epitome?
Oh, have I done it
had
before?
never heard
Okay.
anybody say epitome. And so again, you got to think, I knew you from 19, and I had never heard anybody say the word and correlate with how it's spelled. I had heard the word, but I had never known it was that.
Yeah.
And so
I just did that recently with and it's fucking they fucking say the name of the song on the album, but I haven't. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
was it sugar?
But no, it was.
You said sugar?
In America, first you get the truth. No, Asia, the Steely Dan album. I just thought it's
with the H?
AJA.
Yeah.
I just thought it was Aja.
Okay.
Because we were like reading the list of Apple's 100 greatest albums. I'm like, oh, Aja. Everybody's like, Asia? It's like, that's how you say it. He's like, he fucking says it in the song, you dipshit. I'm like, oh yeah. Guess
Well,
so.
there was an old friend of mine that her name was Asia, but it was ASIANH. And what?
I'm already angry.
Why?
The spelling.
Well, yeah. So, but they would say it's Asia, and I was like, what? And either way, I don't know what happened. She's probably dead.
Did I show you? Nah, fuck. Now I can't remember.
Yes, I've seen your penis many
who
times.
does. I gotta look it up real quick.
Okay.
But there's a song that keeps coming up, and it's a good song.
Pretty Fly for a White Guy by
But no,
Offspring.
it's Jackie, but it's spelled.
JACQUE Soho. While you're looking, I wrote, I fucking hate magic. Because at the beginning, the guy's doing that magic, right? The reason why I hate magic is because sleight of hand stuff. So there was many years ago.
You're not impressed by it?
Oh, I am very, and it scares me. It's like fucking demonry.
Okay.
So in a good way.
It's a Clifford Brown and Max Roach. It's a jazz song.
Okay.
It's spelled JACQUI. It's like, oh, like our Jackie.
Almost like, yeah. Or,
That's how she's
oh,
spelled,
yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah, it is. Maybe her parents like that song.
Yeah.
I
Are they cool jazz fans from back in the day?
don't know. You can text her. You can ask her.
Okay.
So
That's kind of weird. I haven't talked to her in like 9 years.
I don't think it's been that long.
It's probably
been
at
like
least
3. At least
probably
3.
at least 14 years.
Okay, so that's fair. Okay. Jackie, for listening. Hi. So I wrote, I fucking hate magic, but I'm saying it in the context of it's so cool, and I can't figure it out. Like they're moving things with their hands and shit like that. Now, granted, with that one guy, I don't know how the fuck he's doing those coin things. Like, I was thinking maybe something in the sleeve, but then I'll see magicians like David Blaine, right? He was doing shit years ago with the Lakers. He had Anthony Davis holding one wrist, LeBron James holding the other, so he couldn't move his hand, he couldn't do anything, right? And they're holding his hand, so like their hands are fucking huge. They can palm a basketball like nothing.
Yeah.
And so they're holding each wrist, and he's like, "Hey, Anthony Davis, you choose this card." He chooses a card. I think it was like the six of hearts, and he's like, "Okay, so put this card anywhere in this deck," and he puts it in there. He said, "That's about center, right?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's showing LeBron. He's like, "Yeah, that's about center," and he's like, "Okay, so you have to choose a suit that's not your card. So choose whatever suit." He's like, spades. He's like, "Okay." He flicks the deck, and the cards get a little smaller. He's like, "Choose another one." He goes, "Oh, this." He flicks the deck again, and they're all gone except for those sets of cards. And then LeBron's like, "Fuck this!" Like, I don't know how he's doing it. And then he's like, "Oh, is this your card?" And he just pulls it out of all of it too. And I don't understand.
Yeah.
So it's witchcraft is what it is, and so I fucking hate it. But I would love to know how to do it.
Right.
Because sleight of hand is awesome.
I mean, it's just practice. It's literally thousands
How do you
of
make
hours.
the decks go away? How do you levitate? How do you sit in the fucking chamber with water all around you for 6 days?
You know what's funny? There is a clip of
Now you see me?
no, of Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, being a fucking arrogant asshole.
No, it's oh my god, what are their names? The famous musician guys.
David Blaine.
Penn and Teller.
Copperfield.
David and Blaine.
Yeah, yeah. That
No,
piece of
Penn
shit.
and Tower. They're doing the cups thing where it starts with like the little balls and there's more balls. And at the end, there's just an orange in there. Like, oh, that's funny.
Okay.
They're like, oh, we're gonna break it down for you guys. Everyone's gonna hate us because we're gonna show you how it's done.
Yeah.
And they do it with clear cups, so you can see them slide them in before, and you can see them. Like, okay, so it's already in there. By the time they get back to it, then it's there. And you see them like slide in the orange. Like, okay, now you can see it. But it's almost as impressive, if not more impressive, because just the skill of the sleight of
quick.
hand to be quick enough to, because it's still hard to see them do it, but they're doing it with clear cups. You can see exactly as soon as it happens, but you just have to know the sequence. Like, okay, this is now already there. So next time I touch it, I'm like, oh, hey, they switched it from the little ball to the 3 balls to the orange. It's actually pretty cool.
They did a thing too recently that
So
I saw.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you'll see if once you learn how it's done, I'm like, oh, that's how they do it, and it's still like, but still, how the fuck did he practice enough to get it to go like that?
Yeah.
It's impressive.
There's one they did where it was like they showed how they did the trick. Not how, but here's the trick. And then they did another version, the exact same version, but you can see wider from a split of the stage too to watch Teller going in the thing, and then he slides down, it goes underneath it, goes to another spot, slides back down, goes up, puts one leg up, just doing all this shit just to make it work. And I was like, he has to be so fast to do this stuff, and he is. He's an old man.
Yeah.
But he's going through all that shit doing it. Was that really his voice in The Simpsons? I just thought about.
Yeah.
Wow, that's scary. Yeah, and he never lets me talk. Help me. Let's see yours. But I fucking hate magic. I wrote an awful lot of white people at this at this little shindig of Jason Alexander's. Was that mom or not wife? Was that wife? I know her from somewhere. Wasn't she in Dumb or Liar Liar or something like that? The redhead.
Who is she?
Wasn't she the reporter in Liar Liar?
I don't recall.
Okay. Let's see. Jason Alexander though. Let's talk about him real quick.
Oh, that's my first note.
Okay. Piece of shit, right?
Fucking creep.
Sleazy.
Such a good creep.
Oh, a perfect
God,
creep.
he's so good.
A perfect creep. And it's so fitting because he's like Whittle. And so, but he looks little, but really he's probably a little shorter than me, if that. Like, I think he's like 5'5", maybe.
I don't know. I mean, he may be. I don't know.
But he epitomizes what a creep is.
Yeah.
And
Because his character reminds me of the Shallow Hal, like buddy.
Yeah.
But that guy's not as vindictive.
Sure.
And he's insecure. Well, I'm sure this guy's insecure too. That's why he acts like that too.
Yeah.
But super duper creep.
Mm-hmm. Like, well, hey, when he's gone, maybe I could have a little fun with you. And he's like rubbing her arm and shit. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
And she's like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, maybe. He's like, all right, sweet. So think like, what, after your good friend just got to Pound Town with you, he's gonna take a little swing at that too? I don't know. But
I like the idea. He didn't do it, but I like the idea of like him like touching her arm and then like licking his finger or just smelling it.
Oh, no. He does, and he licks it. He's like, is that lavender? Is that Downy? That's nice. That's very nice. But he is a fucking creep. Now, he's very money motivated. And I don't mind people being money motivated. Please do. Like have the ambitions and goals to make as much money as you can. He's a little greedy, but like,
Whoa.
Okay. But it's, yeah, just a fucking sleaze.
Well, that's the hypocrisy in the movie, right?
Okay.
That you kind of have to square in your own head, because I'm going to bring up 2 points here, but we'll get to the other one later.
Mm-hmm.
But I always thought this movie was held in higher esteem, higher regard than it is.
Yeah.
But then when I looked up the score and when you said it earlier, I'm like, oh, it's not that high.
Yeah, it's not.
I just assumed it was classic and this was her breakout role, which it was.
Yeah.
It probably just made a ton of fucking movie, which I think made a 400
Do you mean money?
Money.
Okay. You said a ton of fucking movie.
Did I really?
Yeah, you did.
don't know
When you listen to the podcast later this week, hey, everybody, this is...
I fast forward through everything, but
okay. You listen to it at 1.5 speed?
Yeah.
Yeah. His dick. You stop and it's always Ed Harris's dick somehow. Yeah, there's his dick. What's up with his
And
pubes?
I'm trying to slow it down. It goes like quarter speed. It's like, dude, I'd suck that dick. Fucking boy.
It did well. It made like $400 and something million for its time, but it was not received well.
Okay.
So like people.
So that was surprising to me. And like one of the things they're talking about was like, oh, so if you're just rich, everything's perfect, and fucking any women will just fall in love with you. You just give them $3,000.
That's how easy it is, Mike.
So, but by hypocrisy, I'm seeing Richard kind of learns a little bit, right?
He does.
And he wants to actually make something instead of just...
Yes, near the end of the movie, he works
Yeah.
with the guy instead of taking his company and tearing it up. Which, hold on a second. What the fuck does he do? So he just buys and sells? I don't understand what he...
So like when a company's in trouble and they're like, okay, they had to sell for like pennies on the dollar.
Okay.
You know, his company buys those companies, right?
Okay.
But then they'll just take the pieces of the company, you know,
That are profitable or
that
good.
are profitable, whatever. You
Yeah.
know, if it is a fleet of trucks or something, I don't
Sure.
know. Sell all those parts off, sell it for individual parts for more than what they paid for it, essentially.
So he was going to buy that company for $1 billion.
Yes.
And then make 10 billion off of it or something like that.
Well, I mean, if he developed the property that the place is on, he was looking to make some nice change.
Imagine us making the money we make now, but in the early 90s. We'd be a lot well off, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because he was a millionaire no matter what, and we're just thousandaires. But I think we could buy a house with what we make now in 1990 for sure. Oh. There's a lady that I helped like maybe earlier in the week that she's like, yeah, I've been living here for like 22 years, and I looked up her address because it shows us on the thing like the property data, and she bought it for like not even $130,000, but it was like a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath place in Huntington Beach. I was like, you fucking bitch. Now it's, big up on her too. But you fucking bitch.
More power to her. You know, it's just a different time, but I hope that fucking place burns to the ground.
Yeah, I hope she dies and I'm in that will. So let's talk about the movie really quick though, before we get in your second point of what you're talking about too. So Julia Roberts.
Well, no. Well, so let me say, so like, that's how that is.
That.
There's and that was that. There's nothing we could do about it. That's Robert De Niro, right?
I get it.
And then it shows Jason Alexander being super greedy, right? Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, it's showing like, oh, her life is perfect. All she needed was to find a rich guy. Like, well, which one is it? Is it evil or is it, the secret to a happy life?
Yeah, because what if he was just a mild-mannered dude that didn't have a lot of money? Is she still going to fall for this guy?
Exactly, right?
Yeah, like
what if he's just a nice guy?
Yeah. Like, what if he can only afford her for that one night, but he's like, hey, I'd like to see you again.
When are women going to start respecting men? That's
yeah. Bunch of fucking bitches, right? Like greedy bitches is what it is. So Julia Roberts, though. So
what's the deal with Kabbalah?
What did Trump Kumabla or whatever? What he was calling her? So he was putting like
Kumbabla.
Yeah,
you spell
fucking idiot. Can't even spell coffee too. So Julia Roberts is a sex worker. She was never nothing less than $100 is what her rule was, right? Like
okay,
or something like that. And so
just a couple rules, but
yeah, no kissing on the mouth. She learned that because that's the creates.
We decide who and when.
Yeah, always wear protection. Mm-hmm. She had those little rubbers, and was that any?
What do you mean by little?
Well, I mean I don't know if Richard's packing heat or anything like that, but probably. If I'm gonna think of Richard Gere's dick, he's probably.
Something about Dick's dick.
Yeah, double dick.
Yeah.
No, but so she had her rules. She slowly started falling for him, even though there's the occasional like uncomfortable situation, right? Even though he's pretty understanding of her, of like he's of this kind of like status, right? And she's not. That he wants her to be a little more presentable when he goes out for these partners, or not partners, for the people he's going to buy their company from. She's trying to act this certain way, just to.
Well, because everything's a possession to him, right?
Yeah.
Like even when he goes to the opera, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, he's afraid of heights. She's like, well, if you're afraid of heights, why are you sitting on the balcony?
That's very true.
He's like, oh, because they're the best.
That's true.
Like, oh, why do you go to the penthouses if you're afraid of heights? Like, oh, because they're the best. Like he just wants. I don't know if he wants anything. He seems kind of like dead inside a little bit.
He's alone.
So the only thing he knows is like, well, I'm rich and I can get the best.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like really, like I have this money. So what's stopping?
Like,
me?
I don't want any relationships. So let me just buy this girl for the week and then everything will be all right.
Which is fair. And what it was $3,000. But
then he learns to love.
He does. Yeah. Slowly but surely. Because there's I just want to say right now real quick. The best relationship in this whole movie was her and Barry. I thought that relationship with those two was adorable. When she was saying bye to him, I cried a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I love that guy.
He came around at her Richard a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, because he's kind of a dick to Barry at first.
Yeah.
Like, walks away before he gives him his car and he kind of brushes him off that second time. Like, kind of a dick, but all right.
Yeah. He kind of is a little bit of a dick. Well, a little condescending to her at times, too. But he comes from this world where women will flock to him, right? Because he's the most eligible bachelor. Remember that woman said, and she's like, I'm just using him for sex, and they're what? Like she's this. Did
she do the glasses up too?
She didn't.
Oh damn it!
But it was like but the one girl smiled. She's like, oh, girl, get that dick.
Yeah.
Right. But she essentially is not only falling for him, he's falling for her. But I feel like what they're falling for. Richard kind of just, I feel like he likes the idea of having this person that's a possession. That he's like, he can tell her sort of what to do. Like, we're done with this. Hey, I'm talking to you. Come here. Like, just very, like, sort of demeaning and demanding of her because he feels like he's owed to it because he's paying her. So what's that going to be like when he's not paying her? Like,
Well, then he learns. That's kind of like the point that they try to get across at the movie. That he learns that that's not how it works. It's like, oh, I can't just give her the apartment and then she'll be at my beck and call. Like she wants an actual relationship. So it's either he has to be willing to give that to her or she's willing to walk away.
do you think that their relationship lasted?
Uh,
If this was,
I'm a bit of a optimist in that I think every movie relationship lasts forever and ever. Amen. That's just how I roll.
if it's real life though, you got to think of all those relationships of those reality
Keanu
TV shows.
and fucking what the fuck is her name?
Sandra
Sandra Bullock.
Bullock?
You're
No.
still fucking riding.
Oh, she's riding all right. And
Even though part 2, she's just, of course not even with him.
no, she's on a cruise with someone else. Yeah, that's the multiverse
Yeah.
speed. So yeah, it's another universe that she's in there with. But what was I gonna say about Keanu? Oh, he agreed to another John Wick. Did you know that?
Oh really?
Yeah, he
I
did.
thought he's dead.
That's what I thought too. So I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Did that spin-off show start yet?
I don't think it did. Oh, you know it did about the place. It did.
Continental?
Yeah, it was on like NBC Peacock or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have that. Do you have Peacock?
Is Lance in there? Oh, he's dead,
No,
huh?
yeah, Lance died. Oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he did die, unfortunately.
Well, then so did John Wick, but apparently he's coming back too. So who the fuck knows
Well,
anything about anything?
but Lance didn't die in the movie.
Didn't he get shot in the head or something?
No. Oh, you know what? Now I'm questioning my beliefs. I'm pretty sure he survived.
We're just adding to the list of shit that we're going to have to check out
Okay,
at the end of
okay,
this
yeah.
episode.
Anyhow, so my other notes about this. Do you actually want to go about any of your notes because your book's
Yeah,
fucking
well,
closed,
so I got them all right here, bro.
yeah,
I don't have to open
Steel
it.
Trap.
So it's the but now I have to open it because I forgot her fucking stupid name.
DeLuca.
Yeah,
Kit.
Terrible friend.
Yeah, horrible.
Spends all their money,
Take
their
their
rent
rent money,
Yeah.
which they're hiding in a toilet. I imagine they're hiding it because
I mean, it's the '90s. You know, the kid have fucking debit cards.
yeah, and Kit's just using this for drugs. She used the rent money for drugs.
Yeah.
and
What
then
do you think she
Julia-
does?
She's probably a sex worker too, or no? She's
No, not for a living. Drugs wise.
Oh, cocaine.
cocaine. Is it
For
coke? Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Gotta be coke.
I don't think she did needles, but okay.
Yeah,
Coke.
cocaine for sure. This is way before fentanyl. So that's
So my question to you is this the worst set of best friends in a movie ever?
well, she only has the one, right? Just Kit.
One for her and one for him.
Oh,
Kit's her best
Yeah,
friend,
yeah,
and
yeah.
fucking Jason Alexander's
But
his
see-
best friend.
But see, Kit
And they're
has
both fucking.
Kit
has some redeeming
Yeah,
qualities,
she
but-
redeems, but Jason
She's just a douche.
goes off the cliff. Kit.
Can you think of a different set of best friends that are as terrible? That's what is my question to you.
You have to give me a moment to really think about it. Besides you and I, so
Well, because you have like When Harry Met Sally, and it's their friends fall in love.
I've actually never seen that movie.
Motherfucker!
Yeah, actually, this movie, even Pretty Woman, I've seen about half of it.
Really?
And it was like spotty even then. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm watching. Like, I don't know what the fuck's happening here. Do 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 do. Like I don't think I ever saw that scene originally. I know that's what it originates from with that song and stuff.
Oh, the
When she's
shopping
getting- when she's-
montage.
Yeah, but I knew it was in
The
reference to that.
montage.
That's why with Dumb and Dumber I saw it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a montage. I really want to watch Team America now. And
That one I think I've only seen one time.
I have too.
Yeah.
It's all the really one time you need. But anyway, so you're saying,
But I've seen like the throw up meme, like a vagina.
yeah, or they're got 4 terrorists going on Bakalakadaka Street, which is super fucked up.
I think I've quoted that movie way more than I
Yeah.
am allowed to. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
I won't die. She says, I can't say something.
I promise I won't.
Yeah.
Or I'm so wrong.
Yeah.
Like I
Which
say
is
that.
fucked up too.
Yeah.
Because like you got an.
I mean, it's an accent, you know. So it's,
I understand, but you know what I'm saying. So but yeah, she's not like the worst best friend, but she's pretty bad. Because then using the rent money to buy drugs, and then she's also offering her friend to get pimped out by this other guy because hey, he really likes you, you know, he'll take care of you. Why am I going to give money to this guy when we're barely getting enough as is?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, touche.
The because I can think of like Ed Norton in Rounders. He's a terrible best friend.
Is that with Matt Damon too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you not seen that either?
Not fully.
I withdraw my question.
Why do you get more mad with movies I haven't seen compared to me not liking Deftones?
Well, because I just know you're
Our
not.
hearts will just know. I just know.
Because I just know your musical taste is so different
Okay.
than mine.
Okay.
But our movie tastes are fairly
Sure.
on par. Not everything, there's
Yeah, you
it
like
diverges here and
you
there.
like a lot of rom-coms that I'm typically indifferent about. I'm
Yeah.
okay with musicals. I've come around to those, but I guess kind of depending. I don't know if I'll watch a Les Mis. I think it has to be sort of like a fun, upbeat,
Yeah.
not like a miserable, literally singing the whole time
Yeah.
movie. But
Sung through, yeah.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Sung
Yeah.
through? Okay.
So you're not watching The Umbrellas of Cherbourg with me?
What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is. When they went to go see that opera, was that a sing through?
Well, it's an opera. That's different.
Okay, so that they do though. Is that like so? Phantom of the Opera is this whole thing sang through?
Phantom of the Opera.
Masquerade.
Yeah. I
That
don't
is
remember.
all we do today. Masquerade. I know that song specifically because my mom would blast that shit at like 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday for my brother and I. It's like, bitch, we're trying to sleep, and she's like, now we got to get up and do chores. But she would play. I mean, she loved Phantom of the Opera. I don't know. Is that sorry. Oh my god! I want to say operas. Operas. Did that originate England?
No. Well, no.
French?
It's French or
French?
Italian.
Okay.
I don't specifically. I don't know, but
Okay.
it's European.
Okay, you're okay. So, my mom is British, so maybe that's a thing. Whoa, you're a wizard,
Yeah,
Harry.
the Phantom of the Opera isn't an opera though.
But why is it called the Phantom of the
I
Opera?
mean, because he's like under the fucking thing, but
Right,
it's
right.
not. It's not like an
I get it, 'cause
actual
he's the
opera.
Phantom
Yeah,
of the Opera House.
it's not like the fucking Marriage of Figaro and shit, like an opera. You know what I'm saying?
Figaro. So I'm not cultured enough. I haven't been to New York yet, so
That's your first problem. There you go.
Yeah, I gotta go to somewhere on the East Coast. So Pennsylvania didn't count when I went there. That's not far enough. Chicago's not far enough. It has to be the literal. It has to be the literal coast. I mean, I was close to Jersey when I was in Pennsylvania. So I mean,
I don't know if there's that many opera houses in New Jersey.
I don't think there is. I hope there's not. And if there is, it's probably laced with LSD. Not LSD. I'm sorry, laced with STDs and stuff like that. He just took Jason Alexander's beautiful car, mind you.
Yeah.
And it's just a four-banger. Not four-banger. I'm sorry. It's a 4-gear, and he's just destroying that clutch. And Julia Roberts is driving that car in, I don't know, respectfully, a 3-inch heel. Like, that's impressive. If she was truly driving it, very impressive. Because when I drive a manual car, if I have a shoe that has too much heel, like but like too much sole
Lift,
to
yeah.
it, I can't quite feel it as much. So I'll typically wear, if I know, like back when I had my BMW.
You're like Matthew McConaughey. You need to have the little fins out when you're landing the ship so you can feel the
Yeah, you
air.
gotta feel that breeze, dude.
Yeah.
When you taught me how to drive a manual car, because you taught me how to drive in your old Nissan.
I did? Hell yeah.
Even though I had already bought my car, but I didn't drive it yet, I was like, hey, I want to use something else before I destroy my clutch. Let me destroy yours. And you had taught me some stuff.
I'm a good friend.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And then I think Alfonso too. He had me driving his car a little bit as well. Yeah. I would say that his Toyota though.
This seems like it would be tougher.
I was about to say his was easier. His Toyota was actually easier to me than your Nissans because you guys both had.
My
six.
Nissan had a lot of play, and then it would cut real quick. It's like if you let that clutch out a little bit more, and boom, it would die on you. So
Well, I stalled a ton when I had my Honda, like that Honda Civic.
did you ever have the sweats like on a hill when people stop behind you?
Thankfully,
Like, oh, fuck me.
I would time it where, like, if I was driving down a certain street and I knew there was a hill coming up, I would just slow down a lot to just make sure.
It was green. And then,
And then I stalled when I got the Veloster. I never stalled in the BMW. That I was always able to keep going. But the Veloster, I stalled a ton. Let me see. Skateboarding is so cool. So they show it for 1 second. The guy's like, yeah. After that woman's dead in the alleyway, and the guy grabs his board, he's like, cool. And he like skates away. So obviously skateboarding's always been
So
cool.
that's what I was gonna say. Like it almost starts like Heat, like Hank Azaria is playing like the Al
very
Pacino
small-
role.
yeah,
Like
very
it's-
small part.
He's like a tiny part. But so I wonder if he was supposed to have a bigger role too, because he's kind of. I wonder if what
he had some
what he
humor
would
in
have
that,
been
too.
in. I mean, Simpsons would have already started, but he wouldn't have been famous from that yet.
No.
Interesting.
He's like, we got fucking tourists taking photos of this shit.
But that's what you were saying. Like it's that's a dark pathway to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts.
Yes.
She is so charming.
So funny.
She is. She's magnetic. Like watching
Yeah.
her. Like just I mean Richard Gere.
With
I
that
feel
fuck
like
when she comes out after their first night with that
with
the
the
red hair.
out? Yeah. And he's like, she's like redhead. He's like, I like it better. And 100%.
Yeah.
But again, she's just super charming. And I always thought that the word charming doesn't really go with women. I thought there's another word to use for charming because I thought men was charming and women had another word that was a woman.
Oh, they're from Venus.
Yes. Again, I thought
I know what you're saying.
I thought men were charming and women were something else, but it's the same thing. It's just, but either way. But yeah, there's just something about her. She's silly. She's smart. She's sharp. I know
Sassy.
I know she's playing a part. Yes. Oh, very sassy. Like if she's mistreated,
What are you looking at? What is he looking at?
Yeah. And a tip. And I always think of Rob Schneider. He does that. Yeah. So
I got mine.
yeah. Oh, you
this?
didn't want this? Oh. But she's just
That movie's so fucking creepy. Oh my god.
Home Alone 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he goes in the shower, he's trying to lurk around the room and stuff, Tim Curry. But and Julia Roberts, she's just, I don't know. I mean, this movie made her famous. She made her, this is America's sweetheart right here, 100%.
I meant to look up what she was in before this, but nothing much, right?
I don't
If
think
anything? Okay.
Well, okay, I'm just going to break character real quick. Did I see her boob?
Yes,
So
you did.
I was like, wait a second, I didn't rewind it, but I was like, did I just see that?
Yeah.
And then I even looked it up. I was like, does Julia Roberts ever nudity? And then all the articles I read, she hadn't done nudity. I was like, but she has.
You see a boob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was perplexed because I had never known. Not that I need to know like these women do nudity or anything like that, but it was so.
You opened up your Mr. Skin account.
I know. I went on incognito, and but again, I was blown away by that because I didn't know she had ever done a scene like that.
Yeah.
Because I know Halle Berry, that the Swordfish was her very first thing, and now she's kind of done a few things since.
Monsters Ball wasn't first?
It was before. That was Swordfish was before. Monsters
It
Ball.
was, huh? Yeah, you can't. That's like jumping in the deep end.
Yeah, Monsters Ball for sure. What is
That's
she?
right,
She's
I'm
fucking
sorry.
like crying and saying like whatever she's saying. Like if a woman was saying that to me, I'm like, I'm going soft. Like I can't with this. Like what did she say? Like make me
feel good.
Yeah, I'm like
You make me feel
I can't.
good.
I
Like,
can't
oh,
do
okay.
it. No, I can't do that.
Can't make a woman feel good? Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I was blown away by even seeing that, and but that's later in the movie after she's already kissing Richard Gere, breaking her rule because she's in love.
Yeah.
So, but she's amazing.
Yeah.
Like in this movie, captivating, like couldn't not. And I wrote my next line is I really enjoy this movie because of her, but also again the relationship that she had with Barry. You know, at first he's very kind of just defensive. Barney. I said Barney. I'm sorry. Very like, who are you? You know, what are you doing here? But then
Who is your daddy?
what does he do? But then he like starts to help her,
Yeah.
and then he sees her like, you know, dressed nicer, and she's coming up on her, getting more confidence in her and stuff like that. And they just have this cute thing, and I just think it's so beautiful, you know. What else you got?
So I was talking about the mediocre movies or the mediocre reviews. Sorry, and it made me a little angry because I do like this movie a lot.
Okay.
But when I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, there's some stuff that's kind of anyway.
Okay.
So it made me think of other 80s movies, or 80s 90s movies, where I'm like, am I wrong? Like, are they actually like not great reviewed? So I kind of wanted to quiz you and see what you think.
Sure.
If these are high or low, whatever like that.
Okay. So you know the answer to these.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were just watching Aliens. What do you think Aliens is at?
Aliens, plural?
Part two.
Oh, it has to be high.
94%.
Yeah.
Right.
First one has to be high too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I didn't look up, but it's old. But
Okay.
I think it's even high. I think it's like 98%. Clueless. What do you think Clueless is
That's
at?
probably pretty low.
What do you think?
I think it's low.
81%.
It's not bad.
But I thought it would be higher too.
Okay.
Like I thought that was held in higher regard.
Okay.
This one was surprising. You might have mentioned this already. Back to the Future, Part 1.
I'm sure that was done well.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was
93.
Yeah.
I'm going with Rotten Tomato scores. It's easy.
That's fine.
Back to the Future 2.
It's one you already told me. I know the
Yeah.
answer to this one. She said it was
What
ranked
the
bad.
fuck? 63%? Like it's not bad. It's still like
I think 2 is fabulous.
I think it's good too.
Yeah. Like Marty playing multiple roles, or Michael J playing multiple roles in there
Like
and stuff.
technically, it seems like impossible to pull off,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still impressive. But I'm surprised it's that low.
Well, even looking back though now, the drama with Crispin Glover and stuff like that, he sued him and shit because they used his someone likeness of him.
Oh, okay.
And because of him, there's now rules in the SGA where they have to get the authorization, the rights to use his look.
Good.
Like, so
That's good.
Yeah, because of him. So he sued them, won, and because of them, they have the Glover rule.
Really?
I don't know if it's called that, but it's like the NBA.
But that's the actual rule.
Yes.
Oh, very
It's-
cool.
It's
I
like the
didn't know
NBA.
that.
If a player there's a rule based on Kawhi. There's a rule based on like certain players that have been injured in
So it's
certain
the
ways.
Kawhi rule, no smiling ever.
And laugh like, like his laugh is fucking ridiculous. And he had that press conference when he was with Toronto, and he's like, I don't know who even asked me that joke. And it's bad. It's like he doesn't want to open his mouth to expose his teeth.
Does he have bad teeth?
I think they're fine. Like, nobody. I mean, my teeth are.
Everybody has their own.
Yeah. Everybody has their own unique mouth, right? Unless you have veneers.
I meant about like their own insecurities.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I was very insecure about my forehead for the longest time. Don't look at it. And
straight eye contact.
your eyes are twitching. Yeah.
It's like those videos where like it's the guy and the girlfriend, like the girl with like the tight like Lululemon pants comes in. He's just like.
There was one of the video I literally just saw of there was like a woman dancing on a table, and the girlfriend's like, and the guy's like just looking away and not trying to, but she's like blocking the woman's vision, and then she takes the boyfriend to leave. That's a very insecure woman.
Which seems pretty toxic on the girl's end too.
Yeah. Because the other one that's dancing, she's doing her job. If the guy's like, like putting money like at her vagina area or something like that, okay, that's a little different, buddy. That's a little tense. But
if he's putting the bill in his mouth and having her grab it with her knees, that's probably an issue.
Yeah.
But
no, she's grabbing it with her ass. She's fucking clapping without her hands, man. If you can control your butt like that, just grip. Oh man. Oh, that's good. Anyway, so let's see.
I guess you could have just done boobs too, push those together.
That's right. Or her fucking mouth. I mean, let's be.
Right.
Let's see here. I wrote
Hey, it wasn't done yet.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Well, I have more notes.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Masculine.
Rating. Low.
Nah, 82.
Okay, that's still high. That's still...
Like I said, for most of these, like I want them in the 90s because I enjoyed them so much. E.T.
High.
Yeah, 99%.
It has to be.
When Harry Met Sally.
Low.
89.
Okay.
The Thing.
Low.
See, I think it used to be, and I think it's been reviewed since because it's at 84 right now, but even that should be higher. Goonies. Yeah.
Low.
Right. Kind of mid, 77.
Okay. Still passing.
Yeah. Just a couple more. Misery.
Low.
91. Really high.
Really?
That performance is iconic.
Yeah, for not so much as for James Caan as it was for Kathy Bates.
Yeah, 100%.
Like James Caan did great, but Kathy Bates. I mean, I like the version in the book better of her because she just cuts off his fucking foot. But
wild.
Like I don't want you to escape.
Did she like pour something on it and like cauterize it and something?
She did,
I can't remember. I only read it the one time.
Yeah. That's rough.
It's pretty good.
Because what she did in the movie, she put the 2x4 there and just snap it. Hit it with like
just almost.
That's pretty fucking rough.
That's pretty badass.
Although, would you rather your ankle bend inward? Oh god.
Middle age, everybody. Middle age, man.
Would you rather it bend in or would you rather it bend out?
Bend in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Outwards. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I feel like like those breakdancers do that like kind of walk like like fucking Ray Gun or some shit.
Oh, she's got a fucking bunny hop over there or something like that. And I feel bad for her too.
Oh my god.
Like that's a whole thing. That is a whole thing that I don't know anything about. I don't know how Australia
Has
did
she
it.
done a interview yet? Like a sit down?
She did a thing on Instagram, I think, where she's like, "Hey mates, like that's all fucked up, eh?"
Try my best out there. What you want me to do, eh?
That's fucked up, Mike.
Oh my god. All right, a couple more. Notting Hill, another Julia Roberts.
High.
Pretty high, 84.
Okay.
League of Their Own, we covered it.
High.
81, but I want that. Like, I fucking love that movie. Okay. Another just amazing performance.
I feel like all these, you're not really having a variety to them. There should be a low high that I'm really going against. All these are highs.
Well, these are just movies that I love, and I just wanted to see like.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. What I was saying was when Richard Gere was with like a couple inches of her face and they're talking, I always get uncomfortable by that because I'm like, I wonder if they have bad breath. Because I know what some actors will do when they have kissing scenes, which I think is fucked up, is they'll eat like a bunch of onions and shit, just so that way it's kind of like gross to it.
That seems something like bullshit like Jennifer Lawrence would have done.
That's exactly what did it. Like she would do shit like that.
Whatever.
And that's just to me. Because you're supposed to have this connection with this person in this movie you're portraying. And if you have gnarly breath and I'm supposed to be like making out with you.
I would just stop and like, get this fucking bitch to brush your teeth. We're not doing
Go rub her scrub her tongue too. Let's see here.
Wash your ass while you're at it.
Yeah, I really like I Love Lucy. Like I've appreciated that as an adult. Like I've watched.
The show.
Yeah, the show.
It's fucking amazing.
As a kid, I'd watch. I'm like, what's what I get for shit about this? But watching as an adult, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
I see the appeal of this.
My dad used to watch a lot of Three Stooges.
Yeah, so did my dad.
But I haven't watched in literally probably a decade, if not more.
I watched the movie that came out so recently that Larry David was in. I actually enjoyed it. It was silly.
With Will Sasso and stuff?
No,
Sean
there's one. Oh,
Hayes?
maybe I know I saw that one. Maybe I don't think that's the most recent one, but maybe.
Is that a Farley Brothers?
I think so.
Farley or
Fairly. Yeah.
That's right. It is one of them.
I really.
But I haven't. I wonder if they would hold up if I watched them now.
I don't see why not. It's just like physical gags and stuff like that. So and it's I don't know if it's like quick wit, but I wrote I really like lace.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Feels good on your skin.
Yeah.
You should feel it against your balls.
He fucked her so good she went to sleep. Like, it's like, so the first time they bang him, she's knocked the fuck out.
He's in the shower.
Like, she's laying face down. He's like, well, I got some work to do. And
He even gets like that silent. Shouldn't have fucked her so good.
he's like, well, I just went to work on that ass, and now I got to go back to work on his paperwork. Let's see here.
He's a machine.
How do you hide that much hair? So her hair is voluptuously long and curly.
Lots of volume.
How did she tuck that under some kind of lace, like hair net?
Straight, yeah.
Yeah, and to have that little wig. Like, I don't get it. Let's see here.
I mean, it looked okay on her head, and her hair is still there, so there's ways to do it.
Yeah. Did she shower?
When? Before or after?
Well, definitely not after. You know,
Well, she takes the bubble bath.
Bubble bath. That's the next day, though. So they go to Pound
after
Town.
the sex?
Yeah, they go to Pound Town. He has to clean off all that filth, right? And then
That's like fucking Hollywood Boulevard gutter water.
I'm not saying
rolling
she's
down his
filthy. I'm
leg.
just saying the filth of the intercourse.
Yeah.
Like the crusty vaginal
gotcha.
juices that's on him. So he had to clean himself.
Fucking schmegma on my leg.
He cleans himself off. She's knocked out, making a snail trail in the bed. And so she gets the next day. She's wearing the robe, hasn't showered yet. So has all that fucking sex filth on her. And she's like, "Come on, before you eat breakfast, let's just shower together or something like that." Like, because I'm a 2-man.
Let's take a shower. Shower together.
I shower in the morning and at night. Is that a waste of water? I don't give a fuck. I need to clean my body because, like, I have dead skin on me. You know, I just want to wash it off. I can't get into bed.
You know, you get all new skin once a month.
I don't give a fuck. I want new, fresh skin every day. I want to smell like my body wash.
You're like
clean.
No. You're like Ethan Hawke. Gattaca,
Oh,
like
yeah,
scrubbing
everything.
the fucking
He's just
skin.
like steel wool. Like he's rubbing himself with sandpaper and shit like that. Like no hair on him at all. Let's see here. So she didn't shower. I do like when she calls DeLuca. She goes, "Ma," like she's like, "Hey, you gotta do this." And she thinks she's talking to her mom real quick. Let's see.
It's probably noon, and she's like,
for sure.
Unbelievable.
The snail flying off the plate and the guy catching it. That was I like that.
it's a good gag.
Well, not only that, but how cool the other guy was. He's like, I don't know what fork to use either. I just fucking picked this shit up.
Well, she's charming.
Yeah.
So
Like the fact that she's trying to me, the fact that she's trying is more. Like I told you before, if I'm playing basketball and you're not good, or at least like at a level of everybody playing,
Commiserate
right?
play, yeah.
Like as long as you're trying, I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you're just like dicking off, get the fuck out. Hey, can someone sub for this guy? But she's trying. She's trying to not only appease him, which she shouldn't have to do, but she, you know, he's paying her, I guess. So she wants to fit in. He's buying her this stuff anyway. But like, she's trying, and so she doesn't know what the fuck to do. She doesn't know what kind of fork to use.
she goes to Barney. She's like, Barney, please help me. Yeah.
She doesn't
She's
know how
giving
to
an effort.
shuck a nail or not nail, shuck a snail. So it's like,
You shuck them?
no, I don't know what the fuck you do. I think you just crush those fuckers.
I
and suck
have
it out.
had escargot, but it was like already out, like in oil and shit. In the
That
shell
that
was
disgusts me a little
fucking
bit.
disgusting.
It all sounds disgusting.
That food was so 80s to me.
Just like let's say Grey Poupon, or like what's the thing? Starts with a C. Do you want any caviar?
Caviar,
I
yeah.
feel like caviar is also like 80s, 90s sort of thing too.
You know, you say that, but I think when I was looking up that French laundry tasting menu, there was caviar on there.
I'm not saying it's not still a thing now.
Yeah.
I just feel like
Yeah, it is definitely. Yeah, I would say in the. See, I haven't studied like high end food for that long.
Yeah.
Or ever.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was like in fashion in the 80s, but that like caviar and escargot definitely seems it in the 90s.
Sure.
80s, 90s. Yeah.
Sure. The line where he said,
Even like that little toast with fucking
yeah, what was
tartare
on
or
that?
whatever
Yeah.
on top of that thing, whatever the
Okay.
fuck it is.
It looked like something brown.
Yeah.
It's like a
That
brown
doesn't
paste.
look good, not even a little bit.
Yeah, but she took a bite out of it. Like I'm willing to try a food, even if it doesn't look appealing.
Yeah.
But once I try, then it's like ooh.
Because someone was talking about, I think it was Roy Choi, talking about Chef because he's
The show or the
movie.
Okay.
He was like the main consultant, they end up doing their show together.
Yeah.
But I think it was on the Chef show where he was talking about looking back at Chef, and he's like, "Oh, that food looks so like mid 2010s or whatever when it came out." I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. I never thought because I don't know anything about food really.
We just know how to eat it.
Yeah.
We're just
yeah. I know how to raise my blood pressure, but so I'm like, oh, I don't know the food trends because the food in that movie seems pretty fairly.
Well, they're making like Cubanos
recent stuff like that.
Yeah, they're making sandwiches and stuff.
But I mean, like his like high end stuff where he's trying to make.
Okay.
So that looks pretty good as compared to like The Bear, which is like the modern like high end fancy food
Fine dining
show or whatever. Fine dining.
Yeah.
And it does look a little different from that. But like I didn't have that eye. But definitely looking all the way back to like the 80s, like the food in this movie, like, oh, that looks really dated food.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in that kind of industry, I guess you can kind of look at those things like that subjectively.
Yeah.
To have an idea of like, okay, like that's.
You're not going to have this on the menu anymore. Like this is like a whole, like this is like old school food.
We have this for Flashback Night or Flashback Fridays when we have here, and then this is what we're going to eat escargot.
But maybe we're wrong. We don't go to fancy food establishments.
Why would I spend $1,200 on something that I'm going to take 6 bites?
6 bites?
Okay, 5 bites.
Could you eat everybody's with you?
When he said we both screw people for money, and she was like,
"That's a dick line."
It is, and like he's not wrong, right? Like she banging, and he's banging dudes out of their business and stuff like that.
It's fun. I remember the line, but I don't remember her face.
Oh, she was not. She was.
Not, okay.
She's kind of like. Ugh.
I remember hers when he goes like, "You can be here 6 days. I'm going to pay you $3,000, and I will let you go, or I will say goodbye." And then her face was kind of,
because she was like, "Oh, you might this," and he was like, "No, I'm going to pay you, and we're going to go." She's like,
so I remember her reaction for that. I didn't remember her reaction to
Yeah.
him saying that. I was like, it's kind of douchey.
I wrote, "Can you play piano well?"
You asking me or asking Richard?
I'm asking
Gere?
you. Richard Gere knows how to play. Yes.
No, I can do a little chords here and there. I have
chopsticks, or is that the like from Big?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the one where it's is that called I for Roger Rabbit?
I forget. Yeah, but
Okay.
it's yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I can play a couple chords, and I have a very good ear. I would say.
Only one. You
Yeah.
get a good mouth too.
What's the whole? No, like
it's mouth to mouth. Also, but I mean, either way, the context is there.
like, did you see that? Oh man, what was it called? What was that that latest Jennifer Lawrence movie on Netflix where she like shows the dorky kid how to?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where she like to take his virginity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Remember he plays the piano in that.
I didn't see it, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
Like I learned that by ear, just hearing it's hard because it's like the notes are kind of clustered together. So I can do that kind of stuff, but it just takes me a long time, and my sight reading is terrible. I can do it, but it just takes okay, this is this note, this is this note, this is this note, and it just takes a long time. So to be no, I'm not very good.
Are your keys written with Sharpie A, B, C, C?
No, I'm not a child.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I should do it. It'd be a great idea, but no, I don't.
I know Megan can play,
Megan's good.
and I really appreciate piano. Like it's something that I'll listen to when I'm trying to write and stuff like that. It just helps me like classical music. It'll help me focus. But I'll also play modern piano covers. So they're playing Rolling Stone, Led Zeppelin, just
interesting. Okay.
Lady Gaga, Chutney. But it's I can't play piano. I can't play instruments well. Drums were a little bit of a thing, but as it's just I'm not good at it. And let's see here. Why did they? Oh, am I correcting fuck to duck? I was like, duck on the piano. So did they fuck on that piano?
So that's the thing I was talking about, like rich guy. Okay, so rich guys can just fucking do anything.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't own the hotel. He's
Right.
just a rich guest.
Millionaire.
And he's like, hey, all you fucking,
Yeah, hey guys, can you give us a room?
all you Mexican guys, like, can you please get the fuck out?
Yeah.
So I can eat this girl's out, like on this
Yeah.
piano. Like, what the
Your
fuck
ass.
is going on? That's good.
He's probably gonna do both. He's gonna do both. He's gonna lick from the ass of the vagina. Yeah.
I was like, what? You're just gonna fucking okay.
And then has she,
all right,
like
okay.
then again, my question always is this: are they fresh? Because I need to make sure that people are fresh. I mean,
Well, that's after.
because she had been in the place for hours and he hadn't been in there. So are we?
Well, no, she'd been back in the room and he had to clear
I
his
know,
head.
and he's like, "Hey, I'll be back." And then it's now 3 a.m. and let's just say it was respectfully 9.
No,
So,
but
like,
it is. I'm asking, is that after their fight?
no. They had the fight like next after that.
That's after the dinner?
Yeah, so they had.
Because he feels bad about taking the old man's company, right?
Well, that
He's
was
like, I need to go downstairs.
They had the fight when they went to go to watch the horses play polo.
Polo, yeah.
So I think this might have been after.
I think it was before.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they go to dinner, and she's like, you like this guy? He's like, it doesn't matter whether I like him or not. You know, I'm here to take his company. And he's like, I need to clear my head. So he goes downstairs.
He goes downstairs for, let's just say respectfully, 5 hours, and plays chopsticks for 5 hours. and everything.
Is that fucker still there? Fuck!
And then you're trying to eat dinner.
Trying to get that fucking rich guy.
You're trying to shuck some snails, right? And you're sorry guys. Sorry guys, I'm doing it. And you're just trying to enjoy your dinner like this fucking rich
That's
piece
like
of
real
shit.
like Elon Musk's kind of arrogance. Like, I'm just gonna be here and do whatever the fuck I want.
That guy's such a fucking idiot. Let's see here. I really enjoy this movie. Jason is always such a fucking skis. The jewelry
Such
box.
a good skis.
Yeah. The jewelry box closing is so memorable.
Yeah.
But wait.
A lot of like memorable like little scenes, it's all her.
Yeah.
Her in the bathtub, her with the jewelry. That's pretty much it. But you know, just her driving the car, you know, stuff like that. Yeah.
Her with the relationship she had with Barry made me cry.
Oh yeah, there we go. Her going, big mistake. Huge.
Yeah.
That's another like super iconic moment.
How did she meet Kit?
She came to LA with her skeezy boyfriend, and then he leaves her. So she's like in destitute. She must meet Kit there because Kit's obviously from New York, and she was from like Georgia or something, she said. And Kit started showing her the ropes and introduced her to a life of sexual exploration.
The focus puller for this movie, not good sometimes.
Oh,
Like, there's many scenes that were like out of fucking focus.
really?
Oh,
I didn't notice where.
So one of them was when Kit, the last scene with Kit, when they're talking poolside and stuff like that. There's just at least 2 scenes out of frame or out of focus. And then when they're in the apartment, when she gave Kit the money, she's like, "Oh, consider that a loan from the school of Edward Norton," and she's like, "Okay, I gotta get out of here," you know, whatever. She's out of focus. I'm like, "Fuck!"
Oh,
No, maybe it was his transfer. I don't know, but it was out of focus. And then
Imagine how hard it is for Damien Chazelle, the Whiplash and La La Land director, like his like little just whip back and forth shot.
Yeah.
Someone has to pull focus as soon as it stops, right?
Well, they might have been perfectly like linked to one another too, so they could just keep the
Oh,
same.
so keep the same focus?
focal length. Yeah, it could be 6 feet, and they could just keep it each one.
Still hard though.
Oh, for sure. Because I remember I see the video. You tap them to make the person go back and forth. Because you got to know exactly when to stop too. Go, stop.
Can't you limit the range?
Yes, you absolutely can.
But wouldn't it jostle
I
when
feel
you
like
hit
it might
the end?
jerk. Yeah, it might hit him. My last note is, oh yeah, because he's scared of heights. Because he was like on the wall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, okay. Oh now I get it. Yeah. And he's scared.
That's a real. It's just in my head. It's a real like
New York thing to have that scaffolding on an LA building.
Well, when I spent all those days in New York,
All 7 of them.
no, it feels like a real Gene Kelly like pose, like a singing in the rain kind of pose, like where he goes the hands with the flower. That's just my brain. I'm sure Gary Marshall loves that movie too. So
I'm sure he does.
His
Why don't you ask him?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Is he dead?
I don't know. I was gonna say yes.
Oh, probably. He has to.
Boy.
Penny died too, huh?
She did die.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
Bless her crazy voice heart.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed this movie. You definitely. Is he dead?
Oh, let's stop.
I thought you were.
I thought you kept going.
Well, I was. Oh, I'll never stop.
Never stopping.
Yeah, never. Oh God, I fucking love that movie.
He is. Oh, he died 8 years ago.
Okay.
He was
When did
81.
Penny die?
Penny died. Penny died in 2018. Oh,
So that was more recent.
cute.
Okay. Not much recent, but just 2 years difference. So I enjoyed the movie. Michael, did you enjoy the movie?
I did.
Okay, good.
Like I said, seeing it recently and reading all that stuff, I'm like, oh, it makes you have to like think about it, like look at it through a different lens and stuff. But they're just so good together, and she's so charming and funny, and he's so smoldery and gray haired and
You gotta think, how
31
long
years
is he?
old.
I'll say, how long has he had that gray hair? It's like, geez Louise.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen what was his big one? Officer and a Gentleman.
Okay.
So I don't know. Is his hair gray in that one too? And I've never seen American Gigolo either.
I've never seen that.
Damn, I have to go on a
I have
gear
seen
off.
American Werewolf in Paris. Not even remotely close to what we're talking about here, but I have seen it in a book. So
I have seen American History X.
yeah, that's
and
pretty close to
American
what it
Pie.
is. Yeah, Jason.
And American Splendor.
I was gonna say Jason Sudeikis. Jason.
Statham?
No, it's from American Pie.
Biggs.
Jason Biggs. He's in the American version, I believe, of the Great British Bake Off, because it's called like the Great American.
Oh, the American Great British Bake Off?
Yeah, it's the Great American Bake Off instead of no, but it's like they have these
It's
contestants.
baking shit with Biggs.
But it's pretty much the American version of it, and it's fine. It's fine. But anyway,
It's real calm and, right?
they do it like in a bar, and they do it at fairs or something like that. It's like they're fucking traveling.
I feel like it would be hot to make that show.
I feel
'Cause
like
they're
you'd be
doing
right.
outside venues or in a tent, and you can't have ACs blowing, right? Because
For audio,
for audio,
yeah. Unless
And
they're
they're baking.
if they're lavalier, like if they're mic'd up like that, and they have the seams, so they have protection for the boom mic and of the lavalier, maybe. But you're right. Yeah, that'd be a lot of noise, and I would hate if they had the ADR their shit. Hey, you got to record all you guys doing the shit, and then we got to record you later in the studio.
I burned it. I burned it? Oh no, I burned it.
Yeah, you're not saying, you're putting the wrong emphasis in the wrong syllable. So. This,
Real quick, Larry Miller, such a good suck up kind of.
Oh yeah,
loser.
yeah. You got it, sir. Absolutely. It needs more sucking up. Well, not only are you handsome, but to her,
I was like, oh, he's
that's
just doing, or he just did it for a Nutty Professor again. Like, it's so good.
Yeah. So this is our season finale, and so next season we're gonna take September off, and we're gonna start in October.
Wake me up. Well, I should do that song.
No, you need to do a Seal song. You need to make Seal work.
Well, no, I mean, you got to do Pretty Woman because we're doing Pretty Woman.
What? Okay, fine. So we're gonna take September off.
Stopping now. We'll start again.
Is that Green Day? I can't stand
In 4
them.
weeks is when it happens.
I fucking hate Green Day.
Specrapular you. You know what song I realized I do like unironically?
I'm gonna say Barbie Girl.
I
by
mean, I
Aqua.
have Dookie, obviously.
My Limp Bizkit.
No, the
Green Day.
Green Day.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And then one of the first albums I had when I was learning guitar was Nimrod. That had like good riddance and shit like that. But the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, My Shadow Haunting, that's a good song. That's to me.
There's many.
I'm not a Green Day hater, but I wouldn't call myself a fan.
I am.
But they have some jams.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
Blink-182 was a
Trey
band I
Cool's
used to like a
fucking
lot.
really good.
I would get deep with Enema of the State and stuff like that. But I mean, because that was a breakout, like true, like
Yeah,
album. And then I think by the time I got into high school, it was like Linkin Park for just a little bit. Like I was really down for Linkin Park, like falling in. And I would, I thought I was so cool because I'd open up my windows because I had the second floor, and my dad had these gnarly speakers. So I would turn up because nobody home but me, and I just blast that shit. But you can hear it out in the street from where our house was, and there'd be other kids from like the school getting out and stuff like that. So they're getting out, and I would just blast the music on. And I see it looking around, where's that coming from? I'm like, I'm so cool.
edgy, bro.
I'm so cool. And then I'd play Rage and stuff too, or it's like some
That's
Eminem.
cool.
Yeah. Like you said though, like my music is a little wide. Not as wide as my movies that I like. Like it's action comedy.
Not as wide as your caca.
Yeah, I don't know how I can measure 8 square inches around, but I just measured it for you.
Square? It might be square.
But anyway, so this is our finale episode. So when we come back in October, we are going to watch. We're going to review a movie a week. So
Wait, what?
we're going to do 4 movies.
Oh, for Halloween.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna. It's the month.
sorry,
It's
sorry,
the
sorry.
month of spookies. So it's the Specrapular.
It's
It's the Spooktacular. It's the Spooktacular.
Oh yeah.
Fuck,
I should have made that part of the lyric.
You're an idiot. That's why.
Alright.
So we already got one suggestion by a listener named Ruby, and she had suggested that I think we watch MaXXXine. And
Ruby said we're gonna watch MaXXXine. Ruby, so mean. No, she's not mean. I don't know.
Yeah. So I think what we'll do is try to watch all 3 of those for just one episode for that. And then anything else anybody wants to recommend, send us to specrapular@gmail.com.
Well, which horrors have we done already?
Okay,
So we're not
so
gonna
we've
do
done Hellraiser.
Hellraiser, Hereditary.
We've done Hereditary.
Anything with an H.
We've done
Can't watch.
The Descent. And we've done Alien, technically, because that's a horror too.
Hereditary, Hellraiser, Descent, Alien.
Yeah. And then now to do MaXXXine X Pearl. And then,
We'll think of some stuff. Okay, cool.
yeah, there's so many fucking movies that are hard.
Fucking
Hold on.
horror
Now,
movies,
do we
bro.
want to do any kind of horror?
Horror.
Because, like, to me, horror should be scary. Horror should not be gory. But
That's not right at
Here,
all.
let me finish my thought.
Different fucking genres, bro.
That's
I
true.
mean, same subgenres.
That's the thing. So
Body horror.
See, that's why I hate
Serial
getting into. Because when you
killer.
talk about music and you're like, no, that's not punk rock. That's
Ghost.
punk. That's punk core.
Post-punk, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
pop
post-hardcore.
punk. That's Hey, if Rage is this, then what's Metallica? No. So they're heavy metal, but they're
There's thrash. There's black. There's yeah.
First you get your Jaeger, and then you get. So anyway, so make your recommendations, and
Because I don't even know what Pearl and all them, what genre they are, or what subgenre of horror they are.
I don't know
I
either.
mean, there's some killing going on, right?
I think
They're
a
not
little bit of
supernatural?
fucking. No, I don't think so. I don't know anything about those movies except for that they filmed X and Pearl like at the same time. Or no, which one's the most recent one? Was that MaXXXine?
MaXXXine, I
Okay,
think.
so if they filmed Pearl and X at like the same time, and then I guess they got greenlit for MaXXXine.
I want to say X
Why
is
don't
first.
I thought Pearl was before X. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know. I know they came out. I think they came out quickly in rapid succession of one another.
You know, it would help if we watched them so we would know.
Or if we did any kind of research, a fathomable amount, just a little bit. But anyway, so make your suggestions at specrapular@gmail.com. No guarantees that we'll watch it, but we'll definitely do our best. And oh, you know what? The suggestion was also to have Megan guest on that episode. So
I mean, she wants to watch 3 movies.
that's true too. But then we got to deal with Megan, and I say that out of spite. I'm kidding, Megan. If you're listening, I love you. But Mike, do you want to go ahead and take us away?
I mean, we watched Pretty Woman.
We did.
So I was just trying to think of like some.
Do you want me to do the bam, 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 or do you what do you want me to do?
Do that. You do
Okay.
it.
Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down,
Specrapular. Watch with Brandon and me. Specrapular. Hope you like. Oh wait, doing with Richard and Julie. Specrapular. It's now the season finale.
Okay.
Hope you come back to see the next season with Brandon and me. You're supposed to do that part.
Down, 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 down.
When we come back, it'll be Halloween. So make some Rex that we haven't seen. Make some Rex for Brandon and me. I think I said Brandon and me like
A
20
lot.
times.
You said it like 3 or 4
But
times.
it went okay.
It worked. I think what we need to do is
Maybe
this.
some killers and some ghastly ghouls. Ooh. Some Asian horror movies. I hear they're fucked up too.
Oh, some of those are real fucked up.
Ooh.
Is Teeth considered a horror?
Teeth? Yeah.
I would have to be, right?
I don't want to watch that stupid fucking bullshit.